What's up, internet? I'm back. I have another video for you showing you my process. I've dialed in my processing stations so much that I thought I'd just make a video because a lot of you could get a lot of inspiration from this. Because to be honest, I haven't seen anything like this on YouTube. I the closest thing I've seen to as to a processing setup that's as good as this is people using freaking robots. So if you want to do it manually without buying robots for hundreds of thousands of dollars, this is how you do it. So if you follow me, this unit is 1,000 square feet. I have 4 of these units. Everything in here is unlisted, and everything in here is like HVAC, electrical, or plumbing parts. And if you show this, I mean, all of this is unlisted. If it doesn't fit in these 30 by 8 by 8 boxes, it goes onto the shelves, but it's all marked. So I get all this stuff on consignment, and I just write what the abbreviation for the company is. So like GSB's up here. I just got that literally yesterday. They sent me a few boxes of stuff. It was nothing, but they just gave me a little bit. CES, there's a few shelves of CES. It's actually funny. It's one of the first companies I ever got, but they keep giving me stuff. EVM, da-da-da. I got all this stuff. And everything on this side is for one person to process. And if you keep panning over that way, you can see all the parts laid out on the table. And essentially the boxes go onto the table and in like a color coding pattern. So like, let's say this whole wall is one company, let's say, and there's tons and tons and tons of stuff. Well, we do it in batches. So you take out all the white stuff and you grab all the boxes with white stuff in them and then you take out all the white parts. Or like over here, you take out all the metal parts and then you sort them and you just flood all of the tables all the way until you get to the actual processing station. And like right now we're doing circuit breakers, just tons and tons of circuit breakers for a company. And the way this is set up is everything's like right here, ready to grab. You can sit on the chair, and the idea is you can do everything by sitting in the chair. Literally everything. Imagine this whole table flooded with parts, ready to go, laid out like crazy. I've some footage of me doing that and having it all laid out. But the person sitting here, essentially they just grab the first item, and this actual photo setup is the same as before. It's the trifecta lights, 5000K light bulbs, which is the best to recreate sunlight. And iPhone 10. I screwed up in the last video and I said it was an iPhone 6 because I'm stupid, but it was an iPhone 10. Only iPhone that doesn't look crappy under these lights for some reason, but they look perfect. And I just used that phone. There's nothing on there. Literally, there's no apps or anything. It's just a blank iPhone, camera app, OneDrive, and a calculator. And at the end of every week, we upload everything to OneDrive, and then I take those pictures and pump it into Kaizen Seller to make the listings, which I'll make another video of me going through actually listing a bunch of stuff. It'll come out either before or after this video, but super crazy. Everything, it has a purpose. There's no waste. Like, there's two different things. There's people that like reduce waste. Oh, we don't want waste. We don't want waste. We want a good system that flows. There's that, and then there's people like me who have been to Japan and they've seen, there's no trash cans in all of Tokyo, and you're like, why is that? That's crazy. Zero waste. There's two different things. No waste. Oh, we don't want any waste. Zero waste. Every item has a purpose. We got one pen, one American pen, American made. One Sharpie, one knife, one freaking tape, one little baby tape, And if you want more, they're all in bags and organized like crazy, and there's nothing in here that doesn't have a purpose. Um, Big bags, and these are 10 by 13s, and then little bags, 10 by 8, I think. And all you do is have these kind of open like this when you're processing, and then take pictures of the parts, put them in a bag, put a number on it, just like this. This actually flip-flops by 300 at a time. So there's another stack over there for that other guy. He's on the next 300, and then it just skips. I believe this skips about 3 times. So like this guy does 300, then the next guy does the next 300, then it just flip flops. That way, when all of this stuff is processed on both sides, both people are processing at the same time simultaneously. All of the items go from here. We're filling the boxes, putting the abbreviation and the numbers. Once this is all flooded, the whole table's done. We take all the boxes and put them to the front. And because it's flip-flopping by 300 at a time, at the end of the week, actually on Monday is when I do it, on Monday, all of this is taken to my big warehouse where the only thing over there is listed items. And that way it literally comes in. The product comes in on pallets. So you can put about 2 pallets here in this section, break the pallets apart, put them in boxes and on the shelves, goes through the system, gets processed into boxes, ends up here. Then on Mondays, it gets moved to the other unit and it gets out of here. And the crazy thing about this is I'm able to process about 600 to 800 items every week with 2 A players. Now, what's incredible about that is the most advanced asset recovery company out there that I know of them. I partner with them. I mean, they have about 50,000 items, in their total inventory, and it would, at the current rate with 2 A players in here that are really working, not screwing around, I could catch up to those people within 2.5 years. And if I want to become the biggest asset recovery company in the entire world, which is Radwell International, they have about 1 million items on eBay right now. 1 million items would take me, at this rate, taking into consideration things selling. If I want to get to 1 million items, and there's about, let's say 800 or 700 or 800 items listed every week, 60% of it sells. Taking all that into consideration, it'll take me, I think it was like 35 years. So I'll be 60 or whatever when I end up doing it. But if you just copy and paste this 2 or 3 more times, let's say you copy it 3 times. So you have 3 units, 6 people, they're A players that are grinding it out, also doing orders, by the way, 12 hours of their 40-hour work week. They're doing orders for me, so I don't have to be in here at all. I've pretty much retired from this business because I don't have to be in the warehouse. They do the reset, they do the listings, they do the processing, they do the orders. I just use Kaizen Seller and AI to list it every week. And I make phone calls to get more stuff. It's kind of a sidetrack. But if there's 3 units, 6 people working, I could actually become the biggest asset recovery company in the entire world with 1 million items listed by, I think it's 12-ish years. In 12 years, I could do that. In a decade. A little over 10 years. And that's why I'm not impressed by any of these guys that are doing what I'm doing. I mean, even the biggest guys, I'm like, hey, you just got bought out by private equity. You're not going to keep growing. You're not really a competitor because I'm using AI. I'm the most advanced reseller in the world. I keep saying it. I'm going to say it over and over again because it's true. And this is why. I mean, this processing setup is so good that it is the best you could do manually. Now, if you want to get even more advanced, I know what that looks like, and I've looked into it. Once I get into a bigger space, like let's say, 20 or 30,000 square feet, the next level up, pretty much, I'm gonna look into getting a conveyor belt. So literally replacing these tables with conveyor belts, uh, that all the person has to do, or the Optimus robot has to do, by the way, they take the item, they put it on the conveyor belt, it goes down, okay, and kind of like what ThreadUp does with their clothes, where all the clothes are flying in the air and it takes pictures automatically. Imagine it goes through here on a conveyor belt. There's a 3D camera setup with cameras on each angle, each side, up, down, left, right, taking pictures of each side of the part, which is essentially what these people are doing that are in here. They're taking a picture, then they're turning it, then they're turning it. This could just be a light box with a conveyor going through it. The pictures get taken of it. It keeps going, and then on the other side, an Optimus robot or a human being takes the items, puts them in a box, puts it over there, and it's gone. Or puts it on pallets, and then it gets sent away. That's it. It's literally take object from point A to point B, and then another guy takes it from point A to point B. That's all you're doing. And that is the most technologically advanced way you could possibly do this. And once I have some capital, I'm going to actually make that a reality, because it's not that complicated. It's really not that hard. You just have the conveyor belt go kind of like a manufacturing line. Like, I'm fascinated with the Toyota way. I've read all those books, and literally just like you're manufacturing a car, the item goes through, stops, pictures get taken, keeps going, and it just goes like that. And you get some like roller systems with shelving. I mean, it can get really, really crazy cool, and you become the biggest asset recovery company in the entire world. I mean, Radwell's really good at using robots to pick up. They have a bin system. Okay, but look at their pictures on eBay. It's terrible. Look at Radwell International's pictures. I don't care if I call them out. I mean, they're never gonna see this. It's until it's too late, right? Their robots. It's not that impressive. It's like, I know what they're doing. Like, you could totally set something like that up. And when I say I'm gonna make billions of dollars selling this stuff, I am, because it's really not that hard. I mean, everyone always asks me, how do you get this stuff? It's like, guys, I wish you would listen to me, because everyone in the entire world could do this and get millions of dollars worth of inventory, because I can't keep up with it. They keep calling me. They won't stop. We have stuff. We keep throwing it away. We want to give it to you to get a bunch of money on it. And all I'm doing is getting on the sales channels and getting money for it. So it's honestly a joke to even talk about getting the inventory, because it's just that easy. People, their perceptions are just not big enough. They're capped. They can't see what's possible. And they're buying these bales of freaking clothes, and they're going through 50,000 pounds of clothing that I'm sorting through. It's like, I wouldn't want to do that. That's all I'm saying. I'd rather list, hundreds of items that are high dollar items that are, that, like Honeywell, it's going to sell in 24 hours, and people really need it. And these contractors, everybody wins, right? They get a really low price, and the company who gave it to me gets a bunch of money that they wouldn't have had because they were going to throw it away. And I get paid, just enough to keep expanding this. But the key is to just maintain this space. Don't let it get crazy. Again, zero waste. Every item in this 1,000 square feet has a purpose. The monitors are floating. The freaking keyboard isn't connected to anything. There's no wires. I mean, this is the things that I've learned in Japan. I mean, you have to really think deeply about everything that you're doing, or else it'll be a chaotic work environment. People won't want to work for you. You won't want to work for you. You build this freaking business. that is eating itself alive because it's so chaotic. And why do that when instead you could have something like this where you can shut your mind off and 8 hours feels like 1 hour, and before you know it, it's lunchtime and you come back, oh, okay, now we're doing this order system, which I could show in another video, which is just as easy. It's just as streamlined, and that way you can turn your mind off and just do it, and work becomes almost like play. I mean, it really gets kind of deep, because AI's here. You don't have to work ever again. I don't have to work ever again. All of this business is going to be automated for the rest of my life, essentially. I mean, I'm just going to be making phone calls to keep it going, and training people, or getting someone to train other people. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I know this isn't like a normal reseller video, but this is no BS. This is what you get on this channel. If you want to be the best, this is how you be the best. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, take care. Bye.